Let's now go to the UK, where I want to catch up with regular contributor, writer and broadcaster Esther Krakue. Esther, great to talk to you again. The US President has declared that your Prime Minister is no Winston Churchill. You know, you don't say.
Yeah, didn't we know it already? Honestly, I have never, ever been more embarrassed, not by just the government of this country, but by the UK more broadly. This whole kind of fiasco started because Keir Starmer initially refused to allow the US to use the Diego Garcia base, you know, the whole sort of brouhaha around the Chagos Islands, because he and his international lawyer friends have gift wrapped it to Mauritius, a country that never owned it in the first place. And so this joint base, this joint US and UK base that actually was going to be very logistically and strategically important for the US's current assault on Iran, was initially refused by the Prime Minister. Now, eventually, after consultation with the Attorney General, Lord Hermer, who is, I mean, he eats and breathes international law, even though it's not worth the paper it's printed on. He finally said, oh, British citizens' lives in the Middle East are at risk, so you can let the Americans use it. And I think this is quite a significant shift in the UK and the US's special relationship, in the sense that it's just basically been blown up. Yeah. A defanged Iran is safer for the entire world. This is why the Saudis are on board, the Omanis are on board, the Emiratis are on board. The countries that generally don't have a lot in common when it comes to sort of foreign policy aims are all on board on the US's and Israel's assault against this evil regime. And no sane person, even as far left as you get around the Western world, can even defend this regime. They can't defend the deceased Ayatollah, and they can't defend the regime's actions. And yet our Prime Minister and his government are so enthralled to Islamist fundamentalists and extreme left-wingers in Britain that they decided to jeopardize a special relationship by really kind of, you know, biting the hand that feeds us in many ways. The UK's economy is extremely reliant on the US.
It is, as you say, the special relationship in global affairs, and it's astonishing to see a UK Prime Minister reject the US in this way. Obviously, very happy, Keir Starmer, to upset the US and Donald Trump. But I want to show some footage of Westminster last night, where Keir Starmer showed everyone who he doesn't want to offend, and it was a Muslim gathering for Ramadan. Have a look.
But on Iran, I want to make clear the UK was not involved in the offensive strikes of the US and Israel, and that remains the case.
Yeah, he mentioned his criticism of Israel and support for Gaza as well, but at pains to tell the Muslim community that the UK has got nothing to do with this war on Iran. That, as you suggested, is his key motivation here.
Yes, and then he has the audacity to accuse the Green Party, which is even more left than the Labour Party, if you'd believe it, of flaming sectarianism in the country. This is the same party that just won a by-election by advertising and putting out political ads in Urdu, a language that 97% of the British population don't speak and is spoken in Pakistan. So, I mean, this just shows you the loyalties, not just of the Labour Party, but of basically the modern left in Britain. And it's horrifying. I mean, we have become an international joke. Our defence has been hollowed out since the 1980s, and this government refuses to commit any significant money to actually reviving it.
And we are hot on your heels, Esther, in Australia, hot on your heels, not learning the lessons from the UK. Really tight for time this week. Thanks for joining us, Esther Krakue. We'll catch up with you next week.